Hello, I'm Jay Barrino. Welcome back. It's the true story of Arkain. We're on Act 2, Chapter 2, Allies. Honestly, I don't even remember what this mission is. We're going to find out. As the massive armies of the Empire march against their demonic foes to regain their lost territories, as the inhabitants of the Orc Islands are calling for a meeting, and as the unloving forces of the Dead Mountain prepare to make their move, Solana Woodhunter, emissary of the Elven Queen Renova, is on her way back from a failed diplomatic mission. That is a mouthful of a sentence. The lack of any support to the war effort against the common foe has left the elves politically isolated. Solana hopes that she can still salvage her mission by calling upon her friends within the Imperial Army. I'm sorry, Lady Woodhunter, but the General's decision is final. Unless your people increase their contribution to the war effort, there will be no Imperial reinforcements. We have a war to focus on. I understand, Lord Genethys, but my people are in danger. If your armies don't help us, it is only a matter of time until my people fall. Not only will that mean the death of countless elves, it will also endanger your own borders. As long as the Kingdom of Lore still stands, your own kingdom is in no danger, Lady Woodhunter. Your people would benefit from supporting the Imperials with your own forces. Is this another new general? Demon slaves appearing deep within our territory is a constant threat, General Whitefield, as I'm sure your king in Pyru is aware of. My knights and I are already fighting two wars, one against the demons and one against the barbaric centaurs within our own borders. Sauria is not going to send forces to support a realm which has never ever even lifted as much of a finger to aid us. Ah, okay, so these are kingdom generals. I want to help your people, Lady Woodhunter. I really do. But how could I justify it to my men, sending them to fight for a race that has not lent any monetary or military support for ages and is still unwilling to change that? How would you justify it to their families and friends if the soldiers fell in battle? I've tried to convince the Queen to change her stance, and have the elves further support the war effort. She disagreed. Still, without our allies, we stand no chance once the war comes to our homes. There must be another way. The offer of the High King still stands, Lady Woodhunter. Despite being unable to send any troops, we're more than willing to sell your people ore and other materials for a fair price. I have to agree with our Imperial friends. Your people have had centuries to change. We're in the middle of the apocalyptic war once again. Do not expect help when everything must be devoted to the war effort. You see, Lady Woodhunter, the situation would be different if your people were part of the Empire. While you are valuable allies, no doubt, you do not fall under the protection of the Imperial Army. Indeed. All of this could have been solved if your people would not cling to their sovereignty. We respect your independence, but it comes at a price. Playing your hand a bit much there, eh? Well, they're right, Lady Woodhunter. Your people have stood in the center of the continent for a long time unchanging and letting the world pass them by. We found a new ally across the sea in the form of the Empire and the endless invasions, but you and yours are still the same. Does anyone want to ask this man why his eyes are red? As long as your people do not contribute to the war efforts of the kingdoms and the Empire, you stand alone. The past dealings of the mother of your queen with one or even several nobles of the kingdoms are not going to be renewed. I see. I'll bring your words to my queen then. Until then, I wish you good luck in your war efforts. Milady, are you listening? I'm sorry. I was just lost in my thoughts. What were you saying? I said I think that the humans will change their minds just because you'll talk with this. I don't think the humans will change their mind just because you talk with this friend of yours. Are you alright, my lady? Yes, don't worry about me. We have to try. We really need the help of the Empire. They'd be ready to help us if Queen Renova didn't always deny them our help. So you think it's her fault? I'm just saying I believe that we could accomplish so much more if we'd work more openly with the humans and dwarves. Come on, we should get going. Reach the Darren outpost? Oh, I thought this was actually going to be... What's her name? New arcane lore has been added to your quest log, told from Mira Trueshot's perspective. How lovely. Alright, okay, so yeah, I remember this mission. The meeting with the humans and dwarves is almost completely failed, with only a resource deal with the dwarves being the only slight gain. But perhaps not all is lost. The journey home is long, and maybe Solana can meet with an old friend along the way and see what he can do for her people. There's 2 geographical knowledges? Oh, okay, I see. Oh my. Well, let's read about the Elven Kingdom. We'll read more later. Unlike the rest of Arkain, our realm has remained free of violence for ages, though our own origins remain lost in history. The wild beasts and animals were the only prey for our arrows. Our people are united under the rule of our queen and the aristocracy who have led us through centuries of peace. Sounds good, doesn't it? Well, it's what our people tell themselves, that everything is nice and well the truth is that we're helpless. Our people lack military strength, and our magic is mostly wasted for non-combative uses. There was a time when we could have afforded that. When Juinur still stood, my grandmother told me, no outside harm ever befell us, except for that one war against the Jouets, which ended rather quickly when their ruler died and his successor had no interest in the war anymore. But Juinur fell, and our people were suddenly under attack by the demons, just like the rest of the continent. Our people were forced to ally with the dwarves and the new human nations to survive, and now they're abandoning us. The Queen has tried to work closer with the Imperials since the Kingdoms had made it quite clear that they've had enough of us not participating in the war as much as we should, but Imperials are demanding. Too demanding for many. Some, like me, want our people to adapt, to change, but unlike others, I would prefer the change coming from our people themselves rather than from outside pressure and influence. Interesting.
Let's get going.
Solana? Forked Lightning, Cold Arrows, True Shot Aura, Starfall. Starfall, obviously, a lovely spell.
I'm listening.
Okay.
Right away.
I'm hotkeying. He's doing it. We got some priests. We have Dispel Magic. Let's
I
go.
await your command.
That's a lot of gnolls. We can tank with Solana. I ain't scared. You guys turn on Defend. It's a new Jaberino age.
I'm listening.
Give him the zap.
I await your command.
I don't know if you just like run close to these guys and change their aggro. It looks like no. But I don't think it's worth using. Well, maybe we could individually cast Cold Arrows. How long does it last? 6 seconds? That's not bad. It's just leaving it on autocast is too pricey in terms of mana, in my opinion.
I'm listening. Absolutely.
Okay, more gnolls.
Do you require aid?
Yes, my friend.
Again, Solana heals faster out of combat, so I feel like maybe we should just tank with her a little bit. Then follow up here. Then follow up here. I can't see invisibility really ever being useful. This warden is healing. Oh, it's the Gnoll faction. That's right. Their wardens heal. So as I said at the end of the last episode, it's a little overwhelming with the amount of human characters that have been added, and yet now there are even more that continue to be added.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah, it's a lot.
Do you require aid, human? I'm listening.
I think there were some guys we can rescue on this map, if I remember correctly.
Let's get going.
Is my aid required?
I await your command.
We'll just quick save a lot. We don't want to be losing anything too early here for sure. That would be a mistake.
I'm listening.
I think this is worthy of a zap. I like the swordsman model, but unfortunately the swordsmen are garbage. I mean, they're basically human footmen, I think. I'm not sure if they might do a little less damage, actually, because I think footmen are 13 to 15 damage range, so it's not like the difference is massive, but still sucks. I grabbed that healing ward early. We're waiting for the poison to run out as well, and we can turn heal back on. And again, we'll tank with Solana where we can. We do have a pot of healing. You'll love to see it.
No problem. I await your command.
Thank you, my lady. I did not expect elves to save me. Allow me to accompany you. My companions have also been captured by these beasts. They too would aid us if we freed them. Yep, I was right. 13 to 15. But otherwise, they're like exactly the same. So add you to this group. We have to...
help me. Help you.
We do have to have them selected and tab between them if we want to use Defend on all of them. Oh, no, it works on all of them. I thought it wouldn't. All right, good. Never mind. I take it back.
Absolutely.
Just forget it.
No problem.
Everything's fine.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I await your command. Excellent. Absolutely. Let's get going.
Again, lead with Solana for now. Now we got some...
Is my aid required?
Now we got some meanie trolls. I do have Dispel. I don't think it's... I mean, Inner Fire is good, don't get me wrong, but I honestly don't think it's necessarily worth the mana to Dispel Inner Fire. So this map used to have a choice on it, whether you wanted to help Gardon or not. I'm curious to see if that still exists.
As you wish.
I'm listening.
Mana. Ooh, it was
Let's
mana.
get going.
You'll love to see it.
Excellent. Absolutely. No problem.
Just quick save a bunch. Again, we don't want to just be
Absolutely.
throwing stuff away.
I'm listening.
I guess let's go this way
Let's get
first.
going. Excellent. No problem. Absolutely.
Give him the zap.
Is my aid.
Give him the defend. It's the new Age of Jaberino in Warcraft 3. But if it was the new Age of
I await your
Jaberino, you'd be
command.
using more hotkeys. Listen. Listen. I don't think you understand the vibe that's going on here.
Yes, my friend.
Strawman commenter.
Excellent.
Rune of Healing.
They'll
Break
never
these.
know what hit them. Cry.
Boom,
for
boom,
mercy.
boom.
I'm
Another
listening.
pot of healing. Again, I'm actually looking for an excuse to use these. True Shot Aura, I feel like, is too good to pass up, and I feel like we're really going to need it on the next mission. We have Solana, which I think is that
Let's get
insane,
going.
like actually insane
No problem.
defensive home map, so I think that's probably worth picking up.
I await
Yes,
your
my
command.
Okay, yeah, heal is still on. It's because I got a Rune of Mana. Good stuff.
Let's get
Is
going.
my aid required?
Quick save. Solana,
await
you
your
go
command.
first. Got another guy
Yes, my
here.
Let's get going.
Help me. Help me.
The enemy's dispelling something as well. I'm not sure what that was about.
I await your
As much as I
command.
want to level up Forked Lightning, I don't think... I mean, leveling up Cold Arrows is good, especially against single targets, but I don't think it's... I mean, 1 point in it is fine for me. I don't need
Let's
more
get
than
going.
that. More Imperials to save, and then we break all these crates. Hit the cages.
Yes, my friend.
Turn off Defend. It's the new Age of Jaberino.
I'm listening.
Yeah, go ahead and get him out of there.
They'll never know what hit them.
Is my aid required?
I await your command.
Okay, we're amassing quite a nice melee group here.
Excellent. This one's mine. Cry
That
for
defensive home
mercy.
mission still makes me pretty nervous. That one in Green Wave. Like,
No problem.
I know I can beat them, but I
Absolutely.
don't necessarily look
No
forward to
problem.
them because I know they're huge
Get
and
down.
insane. Shar did make a comment to me on how he thought I would enjoy the new quote-unquote defensive home. So it's possible that it's less... I mean, it might be as equally insane, but if there's been some stuff added to it, I would
I await
be
your
quite
command.
keen to see what that
Is
is.
my aid required?
Which very well might be the next human mission. I'm not sure. Or the Imperial, the whatever the, you know, the human dwarf elf perspective mission.
Yes, my friend.
I'm listening. Excellent.
Okay. Again, I'm
No problem.
leading with her
Is
with
my
hopes
aid
that I
required?
am given a reason
Do
to
you require aid?
Let's get going.
use some of these pots,
await
but
your command.
I guess our priests are actually insanely good.
Let's get going.
You love to see it. Is there something down here, you think?
Absolutely.
No,
no
it's just more
problem.
trees.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Is my
Go
aid
ahead.
Get
required?
down, Sparky.
Go ahead.
I'm listening.
Yeah, it's a Forked Lightning, not too good, unfortunately. When we get to the second half of this map, I may actually be individually casting. I may go ahead and just actually be individually casting the cold arrows on high-powered units. I think that would be worthwhile.
I await your command. No problem.
Is my aid
What'll it be,
required?
Hotshot?
Let's get going. Absolutely.
Yes, my
Get down, Sparky.
Okay. Left
I
first
await your
seems
command.
prudent.
What'll it be, Hotshot?
Is ogres,
I'm listening.
Yes, my friend.
Help me.
and
Let's get going.
they're under a fountain. This is probably worth the magic dispel.
I await your command. No problem.
I don't actually think I dispelled any of them that had Bloodlust. Or they just recast it. It doesn't matter. We're fine. And we've got a fountain.
Let's get going.
A healthy number of runes, that's for sure.
I await
Yes,
your
my
Do you
command.
require aid?
We can
Is
really
my
just
aid
continue. We
required?
haven't really needed to... Last straw. I thought it'd be a side quest to rescue the guys, but I guess not. Let's read our next geographical knowledge. I used to dislike humans and dwarves before I traveled with General Woodhunter. In our travels, I got to know them, to respect them, to appreciate them. Go buy your mama a house. There was that one soldier. We met with his group in a village and traveled together to the next city. He and I talked a lot about politics, life, basically everything. It was a nice chat we had. I still remember his face, the way he laughed. Then there was the ambush. Orc raiders. We were surrounded, but we defeated them. He saved my life during that battle by putting a shield in front of me and lost his own. I sent his wife and children a letter, and whatever money I can spare every year to provide for them. I don't care if he was... Oh, I lost my place. I don't care if he was just a low-ranked soldier. For me, he was a hero, and a hero's death should not result in their family suffering. Elven army. I'd like to say that despite our low numbers, the military of my people is strong, that our knights can hold the line against the enemies of our kind, that our magicians are the envy of the continent. But that would be a lie. We're understaffed. Too few of my people actually join the military and stay there. It's frustrating because our people could provide far more soldiers than we're currently fielding. May even have rudimentary training, but it is not put to use. To reduce costs and to save resources that are then either stored or wasted for extravagance. What good is a magic fountain that is filled with wine instead of water when the demons overrun our borders? If it wasn't for General Woodhunter and Lord Terran, our numbers would be even lower. I can only hope that our queen will change this eventually. I dread to think what would happen if not. Imperial army? I don't really have an opinion on the Imperials. They're humans just like the ones from the kingdoms, but from the other side of the Great Sea. Without them, my people would have fallen just like the kingdoms of the humans and dwarves. But such things always come at a price. Our queen thinks they are valuable allies and friends to our people. I hope she's right. Demon legions, the enemy of all other races on the continent, but we don't really know why. My people, being philosophers rather than warriors, have often found themselves wondering about the motivations of the demons. This is something that I agree on with the humans. It doesn't matter what drives them. They're a threat. I'll shoot arrows and ask questions later. Or not at all. Demonic corpses don't talk. And if they did, I'd just shoot another arrow. You tell them. You tell them, Mira True Shot. Yeah.
I'm listening.
Yes, my friend.
This better
I do like the idea of exploring what actually motivates demons. Like, why are they,
help me.
quote, evil? Right? Why are they constantly trying to invade us? What's their motivation? We know a little bit about the backstory of Arkain,
I
but,
await your command.
Is my aid required?
you know, not enough.
Kick down.
I'm listening. Let's get going.
See, so this is where maybe we want to do some of this.
I'm listening.
Yes, my lord.
Whoa!
I await your command.
There we go. Pot of mana.
Let's get going.
Yes, my friend.
Go ahead and just
Right
sit
away.
back there for a moment.
I'm listening. No problem.
What ails
You don't have to follow them. They can just go and drink a little bit. I don't think we lost anybody, at
My aid
least.
required.
Let's get going.
More demons? You hate to
Absolutely.
see it?
I await your command.
You know, this is fine. I'm not really in a rush. But yeah, it's especially, like, it's clearly hinted at here. I'd be disappointed. I'm sure it will be explored more, but I'd be disappointed if it wasn't when there's such this clear hint about, like, they're probably not just mindless baddies, right? But,
Yes, my friend.
you know, with the backstory of Arkain, you know that there was, like, a demon god who shared power with the other three, and they weren't necessarily good or evil at the time. They just had, you know, different motivations, and then as time went on and, like, new races popped up, they all started having different ideas on what they should have done, but it's kind of unclear what the demon god was all about.
I am your servant, as you wish.
My guess is the demons might be pushing westward because they need to get farther west in order to do something, in order to resurrect the demon god or something. But I don't know if, like, it seems like they
No
never have
problem.
ever made like a diplomatic attempt.
Let's get going.
Right, and they just, like, they look mean, so they're mean, right? That's usually how these things go.
I await your
Mana burn,
command.
my favorite spell. Stop it. Okay. These lower tier units just can't really stand up to demons. They just can't. We'll just keep going True Shot Aura, I think, is
I'm
appropriate.
listening.
Let's go ahead and use that.
I await your command.
Let's go ahead and use this.
Absolutely.
And our priests need
No
mana.
problem. Absolutely.
Yes, my
What'll it
friend.
be, hot
I'm
shot?
listening.
We're definitely getting there. I'm hopeful that there aren't, I was going to say, too many
I
more
await your
demons, but
command.
alas.
Is my aid required?
These all do chaos damage, right? Nothing piercing, so no point in using defend.
Point the way.
Orders? On my way.
Let's just quick save. We could
Let's
try.
get going. No problem. Excellent. No problem.
Excuse me?
Absolutely.
Okay, there we go. I'm like, what?
Absolutely.
Yes, my friend.
This is our chance, again, while they're confused and some of them are retreating. We get them sort of out of position so we can get some of these Voidwalkers again in a spot where we can kill them while they're in the front lines.
On my way. Right.
Just rotate these guys out.
Right.
I await your command.
My aid required. I am your servant. Of course. Right away. Say the word. Orders. On my way.
Would you look at that? I could back up to the fountain again. I'm not really keen on doing that.
No problem.
It doesn't look like they dropped anything. We
Absolutely.
might be at the end. Let's
No
at least
problem.
go and look to see if there's another group. If
Excellent.
there is, we'll back up to the okay.
No problem.
Yes, my friend. As you wish.
We'll back up to the healing fountain. We also need to wait for some mana on our priests.
I'm listening.
The other thing, too, is it seems like if you hit them
I
with a
await your
manually
command.
casted cold arrow, they don't...
Excellent.
No, they do. I was going to say, maybe
Excellent. Absolutely.
they would leash or something.
Excellent.
It's
No
also
problem.
probable that once we get to the Darren
Excellent.
Outpost and then move on to the second
No
phase of the
problem.
map, all of our units are going to get all their HP back. Well, maybe not, honestly. I don't know.
Of course.
So I shouldn't make assumptions on that.
Is my aid required? Yes, my liege.
Emergent gameplay. So we'll wait. I will say I wouldn't be too keen on having to turn around again. This is the Darren Outpost, but I'm pretty sure that there's like a pretty wide opening between this area and the actual entrance. So we're not in like a...
Yes, my
I don't think there's going to be too many more encounters
Say the
between
word.
here and there, but I'd like to maintain the entirety of my army before we get to that second part. I hope it's been changed a little bit, because the second part, again, if I remember
Is my
correctly,
aid
was just like a big mess with a lot of like weird path
Right
blocking issues and stuff. So I'm very hopeful that maybe it's been changed at least a little bit. We'll see, though. I'm going to hydrate while these guys walk back. All right, here they come. I don't
Let's
remember
get
what the
going.
next mission's going to be.
Excellent.
We might be in for like an Undead mission. There were definitely way more human and orc missions in the first books,
I await your
and second
command.
books for that matter.
No problem.
For human and orc than
listening.
undead. So there's going to be a disproportionate number of human and orc
get going.
missions in the true story, unless
I
Shar
await
has
your
added
command.
undead missions, which is possible. I don't know.
I'm listening.
Yes, my friend.
Let's get going.
What'll it be, Archie?
Is someone injured?
Okay, give him a dispel. Dispel that debuff. This is the new age of Jay Barino.
You need. Why?
I'm not going to do it again, though.
On my way. Right.
Get out of there. Got him?
I await your command.
Do you require aid, human?
I'm going to guess this is a dead end, but I'll look at
Let's
least.
get going. Excellent.
Help me, help you. If you.
It's just one of those situations where only it's just like you can't fully block it off with trees.
Is my aid required? Of course. I am your servant. Of course.
I await your command.
Oh yeah, that's what we're looking
This
for.
better be good.
Let's get going.
Sirs? Hello?
Excellent.
No.
No problem.
Okay.
Excellent. Absolutely. Excellent.
Is my
Help
aid
Well, we made it, so that's good. Our priests are just totally
listening. Let's get going.
Yes, my
Kick down.
Did I read all these? Are we done with all these? There are characters, right? Well, once we start the last section, we'll read those.
aid
What'll it
required?
be?
It's a constant game. You say Jay Barino says he's going to read these later, but will he?
Let's get going.
Oh, she got an amulet, right? Provides true sight and +3 everything. This amulet is the last remaining memento of Solana's parents who died during the Void War decades ago.
I'm listening. Absolutely.
Last straw. And now I need your help, Aaron. My people really need the Imperials. We have to face the demons as one if we want to succeed. Solana, don't think I already know that? Don't you think I already know that? The elves have wanted to stay out of the conflict since the Void War, but still, they always want our support. Listen, we both know what had happened if the Empire behaved like your people. The elves wouldn't have been helped at all. So, my people have to suffer because of the decisions of our queen? Is that what you're saying? Yes. No, of course not. I'll try to talk with the generals to honor our friendship, but I can't make any promises. The elves have to assist the Empire or else. I know, Aaron. I'm having doubts lately that... Sir, an army of demons has arrived at our doorstep. They came out of nowhere. They're attacking the ramps as we speak. Impossible. How did they manage to bring so many troops here without being noticed? I don't know, sir. But there's too many of them. Our garrison cannot hold them off. We're all doomed. Don't fall to desperation, soldier. Prepare all defenses. Solana, follow me. This cave is the entrance to a secret tunnel system. Take it. Bring your men and yourself into safety. What about you? I won't leave you behind. We can still evacuate the outpost. No, we don't have enough time. These men need their leader in their final moments. Now go. They're breaking through! May your god protect you, Aaron. Hold your ground, men. For the Empire! Elves, I wasn't informed of your kind being in the outpost. First the surprise attack of the demons, and now this. If only I'd arrived earlier. My apologies, my lady. I'm General Garden Bloodclaw of the Imperial Army. May I know your name? Solana Woodhunter, emissary of the Elven Council. General, maybe you can still save the outpost by attacking the demons. There are still men garrisoned inside. I'm sorry, Lady Woodhunter, but your escape through the tunnels probably took longer than you realize. By the time we arrived here, the outpost had already been completely conquered. I'm afraid it's too late to save everybody. Anybody. Aaron. Excuse me, General, but why are you here if you didn't know about the attack? This place is very secluded. It's inappropriate for subordinate to speak without proper reason and without being asked to while their leader is talking. I heard about you elves lacking discipline. Do you need me to teach you? Easy, Thanak. My men and I are on a secret mission that I cannot give you any disclosure on, my lady. But what about you? What are you doing in that outpost? I just wanted to visit my friend, Aaron, on our way back from our diplomatic mission. I hadn't seen him for a while, and... This surely doesn't have anything to do with the fact that he could have talked with some people who might send you the help you were denied not too long ago, I'm sure. How did you... You guessed, didn't you? You're right. My people lack the military strength to handle a demon attack, and it will come sooner or later. I disagree with the other generals about this topic. I think it's a fatal mistake to leave your people on their own like that. However, I have a lot of other matters to attend to. I cannot make any promises, but perhaps I could still help you. That's unexpected. I'd be very thankful if you did that. However, my men and I have to retake our outpost first. You and your forces are free to join us. I don't know, my lady. Something is off here. Perhaps we should leave. We're already late as it is. Snarl. Is that a dire wolf? We will not leave. This kind of behavior is exactly the reason why our people will refuse the help we needed. It's long overdue that we changed our attitude. General Bloodclaw, it would be my pleasure to assist you. Wise words, Lady Woodhunter. Wise words indeed. I appreciate that. Thanak, tell the men to get moving. We're slaughtering some demon scum today. Yeah, see, so this used to be a choice, but now we're helping him. All right, you miserable maggots, form a line. I want the outpost conquered. Snarl. And we've got Gardon. Hello. Immolation Aura. Why is there already a point in that? I really don't want it. Gardon and Thanak have been added to the character lore, and the Iron Fist have been added to the faction lore. Sure. Let's check the faction lore really quick here. I was told... Oh, I see. Well, let's read about the characters then. General Woodhunter is more than just a general. She serves our queen as her diplomat and is often found traveling through the kingdoms. I am among those who always accompany her when duty calls. Ever since she became a general, she has tried to press a more proactive role in the war for our kind. While she has not been very successful in her endeavors, she and Lord Arganis Terran are the ones to thank for our military getting at least slightly higher numbers and more influence. Much of the dismay of the others at court, especially the nobles in the eastern part of our kingdoms, oppose them. I am proud to serve as Solana's side. Seeing the outside world is something far more elves should experience. Aaron is the old friend of Solana. He's a member of the Paladin Order and friends with many other paladins and nobles, both from the kingdoms and empire. I have heard that he has a brother who, while looking similar to him, has taken a completely different path. I have fought by the side of the Paladin before. He is a good man. Who's his brother? I've heard rumors about this General Bloodclaw, disturbing rumors. They say that he burned down an entire city to destroy a demon cult that was hiding inside. Then again, they also claim that that city would have fallen under their corruption. They say he would do anything to achieve victory. Maybe we need people like him in these dire times. But does the ends always justify the means? What good is a victory if everything is to be burned from the ground? Also, he is a pet direwolf. Swoon. This man appears to be a member of the Iron Fist, some sort of commander, I assume. There's something off about him. He seems to radiate an aura of fear. He has hardly spoken to me, and I still felt inclined to not give him a reason to yell at me. I can see him being that one to whip our army into shape, though. What am I saying? And then lastly, the Iron Fist. I've heard a thing or two about the Iron Fist. They're a special force of the Empire, though I hear they've recently recruited half of the army under the command of General Cellular Cleavehand for whatever purpose. They're blindly dedicated to their leader, General Gardon Bloodclaw. There's also something dark about them that I can't quite put my finger on. I've come to trust humans, but I feel unsure about the Iron Fist characters. They seem like trouble. However, they have shown that they are a force to be reckoned with, and we need all the help we can get these days. Cursed Bolt? That seems different. Dark Secrets is very good. Yeah, and then we'll go Cursed Bolt. Okay, we were given all these guys too. And elites. We got Zed. We can always resummon Zed.
Let's get going.
Is my aid required? Command me. Yes, my friend. Is my aid required?
Okay, well, they're just going. We should probably...
On my way.
We should probably go.
Sire, I swear.
Okay, let's go. What is this? Charge? Increases damage it takes by 40%. That's not very good when you're fighting all these demons, you know what I'm saying? If I could do it all again, I'd go with my initial wave, but it looks like we're getting some extra spawns as well, so that's all well and good.
I await your command.
We got some fire mages too, that's good. So what is this? It's just a single target garbage, whatever. You know, it's fine. I'm not impressed. Priest, please? Oh, don't you flippin' dare. Oh, no! Alright, fine, well. Can't win them all. While wearing this sword, a hero will deal an extra 12 attack damage. Also grants the hero and friendly units increased life regeneration. Does not stay with... Oh, it's unholy aura. Guarded sword is said to be able to inflict great harm upon anyone who stands in the way of the general. Its unholy glow made many ask him where he got it. His only reply is that his former tutor gave it to him years ago. I can't pay attention to anything if I have to read a billion things. By the way, I get the impression that the all the stuff in these things are getting longer and longer. Like every mission, it's creeping. It's just getting a little bit longer every mission, which scares the crap out of me. That by the end, it's just gonna get to like absurd levels. Jay Marino, he's got another thing. +3 everything, extra HP by 200. The history of this amulet seems to be known only to its wearer. Word about it when asked, why would you turn around?
My patience has ended. Say the word.
Zed? Let's pick a direction and go for it.
Our forces are under attack.
Let's not split up. Again, we gotta pick an angle and go for it.
Excellent.
Is there like a they must survive part to this? Most of the demons seem to have disappeared. Only a small garrison remains in Dare, and Solana has joined General Bloodclaw, and now they are working together to kill the Demon Lord who commands the remaining forces to avenge the death of Solana's friend Aaron. Would you look at that? Does Zed? I don't think he has anything usable. Okay, turn around.
Get down, Spartan.
And me.
I think we want to come on over here and help them. Maybe just you know, I could do without mana burn ever existing ever. Especially in these types of missions where you can't rebuild your units or anything like that.
My patience.
I think you could just afford to not exist. Also, notice how these are just Imperial Army. There are like a billion new Imperial regiments and Kingdom regiments and generals, but now, nah. It's Imperial Army, apparently.
Yes, my lord. Absolutely.
I beg of you. Okay, there we go.
Let's get going.
Get down, Spartan.
Goodbye. Then everything does chaos damage, so there's really nothing we could use that would make this any better, I think. Is there more over here? Oh, there's one of those things. Let's not mess around with these. You stay back.
I await your command.
Command me.
Cavalry.
Let's get going. Excellent.
So is it to kill everything in here? There's not an actual objective, I'd like to point out.
My patience has
Okay,
ended.
back up and let's kill this.
Is my aid required?
I await your command.
My allies are going to come in and take care of little bits of these at a time. Again, I wanted to clear the path that my allies are going to take first and foremost. For a second, I thought that would be an elite. That would have been awesome, but no
For the
dice.
king.
Let's get going.
Looks like they come in from both sides. I guess we'll come over here and help them up this ramp too. I could always back up a billion light years to, you know, take care of that. It seems like the Iron Fist spawn with pretty regular frequency. That was an issue. I remember originally on this map, it seemed like they spawned very infrequently. So that helps a lot. That helps quite a bit. Our elites are still alive. Let's add them to our knight group.
On my way.
We have one priest.
Is my aid required? Our forces are under attack.
Let's get a new Zed.
For the Lich King. What ails you?
So in the past, you could choose not to help him. You wouldn't get an upgraded necklace, but in theory, the necklace mind controls you. Or at least makes you more suggestible to wanting to help Gardon, I should say. Mind control is a strong term for whatever the heck he does.
Your honor. Say the word.
What's going on over here? Oh, they spawn their own little waves.
My vengeance is unique. Yes, my friend.
Anyway, you don't get an upgraded necklace, and also Gardon is not available to be called for help in the next Solana mission. Now, again, I don't know if that's all been changed or what, so... And we didn't have a choice anyway. The game said you're going to help Gardon, so we're helping Gardon. Get rid of those... Oh, no. Let the NPCs deal with it for now.
Command me.
Oh, no.
My patience has ended.
Okay, he's stuck.
For the Lich King.
Poor Zed.
Your honor. For the king. My vengeance.
Again, we're looking to kill...
For the Lich King.
Well, you know what? We gotta just go for it, I guess.
I await your command. No problem. Excellent. Absolutely.
Goodbye, priest. Got in Dark Secrets. We killed the other one, though, didn't we? I guess turn on Immolation until you run out of mana. That's not going to hit anything.
No problem.
This guy's a problem.
My patience has ended.
Solana,
Absolutely.
sip up. and then get out of there? Thanks for running by me, idiot. Really appreciate your help. Okay, here we go. More Iron Fist coming in. We're getting rid of the double pit lords. We lost pretty much everything. Yeah, we got 1 cavalry left. Not really a good way that you could take that encounter, because there's really nothing you have that you can use on the demons, especially infernals. They're just big rocks. Literally just big rocks. What are you gonna do? Okay. Does this stun? I don't think it stuns. What's this little guy? Oh, mind controlled.
I await your command.
My patience has ended.
Okay, well, these things will leash eventually, I think, and we have to just wait for our allies to slowly make their way in. We can get a Zed here. Oh, you know what? No, these, I think these are part of the enemy reinforcement waves.
You call.
Let's get going.
I don't have any stuns. Again, it's kind of like a bummer, because there's just nothing we can do. It's just, it's weird, because it's like a micro section, but you have to just sort of really just push yourself in there. You can't, like, use anything. Solana doesn't really have any interesting abilities. I don't remember what Gardon's Q used to be, but this seems worse than whatever it was. I hope it changes over time. Let's destroy that. All that's left is the Demon Lord, though. He'll resurrect. But I think there's enough Iron Fists in here to take him out. Interesting how only the Fire Mage has been introduced. I thought there were other elemental orders in the kingdom. Like eventually you learn about the Lightning guys, who I think joined the Golden Guard, I want to say. I mean, to be fair, there've already been so many human factions introduced. I don't think it'd be a good idea to throw even more in at this point. But at this point, the mantra might as well be like, oh, there's a human cinematic. Let's just throw another named general in there that we've never seen before. Just put another one in there. The outpost is once again in our hands, and the demons have paid the price for their audacity. The only good demon is a dead demon after all. You're an excellent warrior, Lady Woodhunter. I'll honorably mention your abilities the next time I'm in your kingdom. You're too kind, General, but I really have to be on my way now. The Queen awaits my report. One last thing before you leave, Lady Woodhunter. I couldn't help but notice your lovely necklace. Would you mind if I took a short look at it? My necklace? Alright, but please be careful with it. Wait, what are you doing? Here, I'm already done. I merely unlocked the magic that lay dormant within your necklace. The what? I didn't even know it had powers that could be unlocked. How did you know that? It feels different. That's not important. Consider it a little reward for your assistance. However, it is not the only reward I can give you. These soldiers are among my best. I want some of them to accompany you. They'll protect you with their lives. That's too kind, General. You know, you aren't as bad as everyone says you are. Ha! Who's kind now, my lady? They call me cruel because I'm ready to go all the way to achieve victory, no matter the cost. That makes people think you're a bad person. Pure ignorance, if you ask me. To defeat the demons, you must be willing to make some sacrifices. I mean, you're still a bad person. You're looking at it through a different way to measure things. However, there are things I have to deal with. Thank you, General. Same to you. Maybe we'll meet again. Oh, I'm quite sure we will, my lady. Snarl. Alright, I admit it. It's kind of cute. Still a direwolf, though. What do you think, Thanak? An army of elven archers could be quite useful if trained properly. I can mold them into true warriors if you let me. We shall see. For now, gather the men. We're moving out. It's time for the rest of the Iron Fist to meet their new drill sergeant. I will not disappoint you. So Gardon's secret mission here was basically to pick up Thanok, which is the start of the Black Dragon Alliance. I'm spoiling it a little bit, but I imagine if you're watching this series, you're fairly familiar with the other books. If not, you don't really even know what I'm talking about, so it's really not much of a spoiler because you don't even understand the context. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's check what's going on here next. Slaves of the Demons coming in hot next time. That sounds like the first Edale Salamar mission. So... Again, we already know who Salamar is, for example, but consider this from someone who's never played Arkain. You wouldn't know who Salamar is. It's literally like every mission, there's like 3 new Imperial characters. Again, this is why I say I feel like that the humans get very special, meticulous treatment, almost to the point where it's bordering on too much in terms of world building. And then the Orcs, I think, have the right amount, and then the Undead have gotten basically nothing. And I think that's because the first Undead books just didn't really have as much content as the Human and the Orc books. So their missions are more interspersed. And honestly, looking at Act 2, I don't think any of these, except maybe a Fresh Breeze, is an Undead mission. So the Undead have no missions in Act 2, which I find interesting. But again, it's just a little strange to see so many new human characters constantly. That only really makes sense if you've already played all of Arkain. Though, to be fair, they were all introduced originally in, like, the old first and second books, so... Well, no, they weren't. Not all the regiments, and not all the Human Kingdom guys, but some of them were, like Prince Tori's was, but now there's more Human Kingdom generals, etc., right? It's a lot. And I'm not going to remember any of those. I'll remember the regiments, I think, because they're pretty unique. Also, in this mission, there was just the Imperial Army. We spent forever learning about these new regiments, and now suddenly it's just like, oh, it's just like the army. I thought that now, because all the regiments had been defined, there was no, like, light blue Imperial Army. But I guess there's still the normal army guys, and then there's all the regiments as well, I guess is the way this is working, I suppose, right? There's like the basic army, and then there's like 8 or 9 or however many regiments, plus the kingdom armies, plus the elemental orders, I think, are the human factions at this point. All right, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.